In the wild, they thrive in forests, parks, and wooded areas where they spend most of their time climbing trees, gathering nuts, and building nests. While many people associate squirrels with playful wildlife in natural settings, few realize that these animals are also being raised in captivity. In recent years, China has seen a growing number of squirrel farms where squirrels are bred not only as exotic pets, but also for commercial purposes, including fur production and breeding programs. Squirrel enclosures are often built from metal mesh or wood, carefully designed to provide both security and ample ventilation. Inside these enclosures, branches, wooden shelters, and climbing ropes are arranged to replicate the squirrel's natural environment, providing them with space to explore and climb freely, just as they would in the wild. The mating behavior of squirrels is quite fascinating. It typically takes place in the spring and summer months and is surprisingly brief, often lasting just a few seconds to a few minutes. During the breeding season, caretakers prepare cozy wooden nesting boxes or straw-lined shelters to offer expectant mothers a safe place to give birth. In some cases, a mother squirrel might abandon her litter or be unable to produce sufficient milk. When this happens, human intervention becomes essential. Breeders carefully remove the orphaned or undernourished babies and begin hand-rearing them. This includes feeding them formula milk designed for small mammals, using tiny syringes or feeding bottles. At birth, baby squirrels are blind and entirely reliant on their mother for survival. As the baby squirrels grow, their diet gradually shifts from milk to soft solids and eventually to a more varied and natural menu. Captive squirrels are given a well-balanced diet that includes a variety of seeds, fresh fruits like bananas, apples, and grapes, along with some vegetables to meet their nutritional needs. Once they mature, squirrels are moved into individual cages to prepare them for sale. Depending on the purpose, they may be sold as pets, used in breeding programs, or supplied to farms where they are raised for their fur.
Elk, also known as wapiti, is one of the largest species of deer in the world, second only to the moose in size. This majestic animal is a symbol of the wild nature of North America and can also be found in parts of Asia, such as Siberia and Mongolia. They live in herds, often made up of dozens of individuals, and migrate seasonally between lowlands and highlands in search of food, mainly grasses, leaves, and herbs. One of the most striking features of elk is the large, long, and intricately branched antlers found on males. These antlers can grow over 1.2 meters, 4 feet, in length, and weigh several dozen kilograms. They shed and regrow them every year, typically losing them in winter. During the growing season, from spring to summer, the antlers are covered in a thin, soft layer of skin called velvet, rich in blood vessels that help the antlers grow rapidly. In modern farming systems, elk are typically raised in semi-wild conditions. Large, fenced enclosures that provide safety, while still allowing the animals to move freely, graze naturally, and behave according to their instincts. As herd animals, elk have a clear social hierarchy, organized by gender and dominance. For this reason, farms often divide grazing areas into separate zones for males, females, and calves. Newborn calves are monitored closely in smaller groups to ensure proper nutrition and safety, avoiding competition for food or aggression from larger individuals. Once they reach a certain age and body condition, they are introduced into the adult herd and begin adapting to communal living. Feeding and care on elk farms today are partially automated to save labor and improve efficiency. Many farms use automatic feeding machines that dispense food directly into troughs, placed throughout the grazing area. In addition, specialized feeding trucks are used to transport and evenly distribute feed across large paddocks, mimicking elk's natural foraging behavior in the wild. The diet is scientifically balanced, with hay and grains such as barley and cracked corn serving as staple components, providing essential energy for growth and maintenance. Moreover, fresh fruits like apples, carrots, and watermelons are added to the diet, not only for their vitamin content, but also to stimulate appetite and improve digestion, especially during demanding periods. Out of the morning mist, a towering figure emerges. Slow, deliberate, yet full of raw power. It's the bison, also known as the American buffalo. With its sweeping, curved horns, thick, shaggy mane, and calm, ancient eyes that seem to have witnessed 1,000 winters, the bison stands not only as a symbol of the wild, but as a living testament to resilience in the harshest of environments. One of nature's most thrilling sights comes during mating season, when massive bulls engage in fierce, head-to-head battles. An adult bison can stand up to 1.8 meters tall at the shoulder, measure about 3 to 3.5 meters in length, and typically weigh between 800 and 1,000 kilograms. Some large males can even reach up to 1,200 kilograms. What's even more remarkable is their ability to survive brutal winters. Thanks to their thick fur, bison can endure freezing conditions that plunge below -40 degrees Celsius. Bison are strict herbivores. They spend most of their day grazing, searching for soft-stemmed plants or wild-growing roots. An adult bison can consume up to 10 to 15 kilograms of grass per day. After mating, the female bison carries her calf for about 270 to 285 days, roughly 9 months. She typically gives birth to just one calf per year, with twins being extremely rare. Newborn calves are easy to spot with their light reddish-brown coats, quite different from the dark hues of their parents. Within hours of birth, they're already standing on their own, quickly learning to walk and run, instinctively staying close to their mother to avoid becoming separated from the herd. On vast highland plateaus, where the climate is dry and cold and the grasslands stretch endlessly, bison farming is emerging as a promising agricultural model. Unlike conventional livestock, bison thrive in natural, open environments. Thus, raising them requires a different approach: minimal interference, but careful management. Bison are natural grazers with strong instincts to roam. Most farming operations raise them in large highland pastures, where they can move freely across tens or even hundreds of hectares. By late afternoon, as the sun casts long shadows across the prairie, the herder prepares for one of the most important tasks of the day: rounding up the bison herd and guiding them back to the corral. This is more than just a daily routine. It's a captivating display of the wild's raw beauty and quiet order. With a herding stick or signal flag in hand, the herder begins giving cues to the herding dogs, professionally trained companions that silently fan out to both sides of the scattered bison across the open grassland. Despite their massive size, bison are surprisingly quick to respond. One animal makes a move, and within moments, others follow. Soon, the entire herd begins to shift in unison, heading steadily toward the corral. the herder must skillfully maintain the pace of the group, preventing them from scattering or crowding at the gate. Every animal needs to enter the designated area calmly and safely, each finding its place in the system designed to manage the powerful flow of this wild yet orderly force. Though they roam freely, every bison is individually tagged, either with ear tags or subdermal chips. Their data, including birth date, weight, breeding status, and vaccination schedule, is logged into a tracking system for ongoing health monitoring. Regular veterinary checkups and quarantines are a must. Despite their robust immune systems, bison can still be vulnerable to diseases like foot and mouth or internal parasites, if not properly monitored. Trained vets visit the farm on schedule to assess each animal and administer vaccines as needed. Every part of the bison was used. Horns became cups, spoons, and arrowheads. Bones turned into tools like knives and shovels. Fat was made into soap and candles. Hair into rope and pillows. Stomach and bladder held water and medicine. Hides were used for clothing, shelter, and gear. Meat was preserved for food. Even manure served as fuel. Nothing was wasted. The process of raising egg-laying chickens in a free-range system is far more than just collecting eggs each day. It begins with a careful chain of steps, from selecting the right breeds and caring for the hens, to collecting and incubating the eggs, and finally, witnessing the birth of healthy chicks. Once a sufficient number of high-quality eggs, those with clean, uncracked shells and the appropriate weight, are gathered, they are transferred into an incubator. These eggs are placed into trays precisely by an automatic machine, with the larger end facing up, allowing the embryo to develop properly. The eggs are arranged in neat rows, stretching across the incubator chamber, where temperature and humidity are tightly controlled. During the first 18 days, the eggs are turned regularly to ensure even development of the embryos. On the 18th day, they are moved to a hatching chamber, where they remain still, waiting for the moment of birth. Each egg begins to crack open, usually at the larger end where the air cell is located. After several hours, or sometimes more than a day, the chick pecks its way through the shell, slowly breaking free from its protective covering. From what once appeared to be a lifeless egg, after nearly 21 days in the incubator, a baby chick is born, healthy, clean, and ready to enter the world. From the moment they hatch, tiny and fragile chicks are placed into a brooder, a warm enclosed space that protects them from cold and harmful bacteria. As the chicks grow older, they are moved into the main poultry house, a larger, more spacious area designed for optimal living conditions. The chicken house is equipped with proper ventilation systems, sliding windows for natural sunlight, and heat-insulating roofs to regulate temperature, especially during hot days. The flooring is usually made of plastic-coated wire mesh or strong composite panels raised 40 to 60 centimeters off the ground. This design prevents direct contact with waste, keeping the chicken's feet dry and reducing the risk of disease. Beneath the floor, conveyor belts or trays collect droppings to keep the space clean. Inside the coop, automatic or semi-automatic feeders and water systems are lined up to ensure all chickens have equal access to nutrition. By the time the chickens are 4 to 6 weeks old, they are allowed to roam outdoors daily. Each morning, the doors open, and hundreds of chickens rush out to graze freely, pecking at grass, scratching the soil, hunting insects, or foraging for grains. This free-range system encourages movement, builds stronger immunity, reduces stress, and leads to tastier meat and higher quality eggs. To monitor flock size, automatic chicken counters are installed at the entrance, tracking how many birds go out and how many come back. An efficient way to manage a large flock without guesswork. In large-scale operations, chicken droppings accumulate rapidly. If not managed properly, waste can pollute the environment and harm the flock's health. That's why modern farms install automatic manure conveyor systems beneath the co-op floor. This keeps the co-op clean, reduces odor, and makes use of the waste in an eco-friendly way. Thanks to the sloped design of the nesting boxes with guiding grooves, eggs automatically roll out of the nest and gently move onto a long conveyor belt running along the row of chicken coops. And then they are transferred to the quality inspection area. Here, A candling system shines light through each egg to detect defects. Only eggs that meet quality standards continue to the next stage, while defective ones are removed to avoid compromising the entire batch. There, an automatic egg-picking machine operates continuously, delicately lifting each egg from the belt and placing it into standard egg trays, minimizing impact and preventing cracks or breakage. Depending on the intended use, the inspected eggs may be graded and packaged for market distribution or sent to the automatic egg-breaking section. In this area, machines precisely and cleanly crack the eggs, separating yolks and whites for use in industrial food production such as baked goods, noodles, or sauces. The entire process is enclosed, fast, and designed to maintain the highest standards of food hygiene and safety.